feel scared now. I don't usually ask for help, but today I could really use my community. There's something that I've been carrying for the past 2 years that I haven't really known how to talk about. I've started this video so many times, and each time it's been deleted because I wasn't sure if I was ready, and quite frankly, I have been scared. Not because I was ashamed, but because this story has literally broke me in ways that are hard to put into words. So about 2 years ago now, I lost my job working for a major fitness corporation, and out of respect for an ongoing legal matter, I will not be disclosing the name of this company or any of the details of what exactly happened. But what I can share is how this experience has changed my life. Because what I lost wasn't just a paycheck. I've lost my sense of security. I've lost confidence within myself. I've lost the version of myself that walked into work thinking that if I did what I needed to do, worked hard, treated people with kindness, did the right thing day in and day out, then somehow things would just work out. Instead, I walked away questioning almost everything about me. For the past 2 years, I've carried this weight almost completely silently outside of counsel from close friends and family. I've cried behind closed doors. I've gone to therapy. I've questioned my worth. I've questioned my future. I've even questioned whether sharing and speaking up was even worth it. But something in me kept saying, you know, what happened wasn't right. So I chose to fight. I filed a complaint with the EEOC. I've participated in a lengthy investigation process. I've turned over emails, documents, evidence. I've answered all questions. I've unfortunately had to relive moments that I only wish could have been left behind. And after 2 years, I finally received a determination. The EEOC did find reasonable cause to believe that I had experienced racial discrimination and retaliation. And I can't even explain what that moment felt like for me. So for the first time in a long time, I felt seen, I felt believed, I felt like maybe finally someone would be understanding the weight that I've been carrying. And I truly believed that that was going to be the beginning of my healing. Unfortunately, instead, it became the beginning of another heartbreak. Because what I've unfortunately had to realize is that validation and justice don't always coexist and are not the same things. Being told what happened to you was wrong does not automatically make things right. And so after the investigation, we entered a conciliation process. I did go into that process hoping that there would be accountability, hoping that there would be empathy, hoping that someone would truly acknowledge the impact that this has had over my life. Ultimately, unfortunately, we were not able to come to an agreement. And after the conciliation process, I was issued my right to sue letter. And I never imagined that this would be the chapter where this fight would become even harder. Since then, I've reached out to attorney after attorney. I've sent emails, I've made phone calls, I filled out intake forms, I've shared my story over and over and over again, only to continue hearing the word no, or never hearing back at all. This has been one of the hardest parts, because when an investigation tells you that you were wronged, you naturally believe that seeking justice is the next step. But what I'm learning throughout this experience is that justice can feel completely out of reach if you don't have the right resources. This experience did not just change my career, it's changed me. It's tremendously changed my mental health. It's changed my confidence. It's changed my finances. It's changed my family. It has changed how safe I feel in professional spaces. It's changed how much I trust people. And there are days, if I'm being completely transparent, that I grieve the version of myself that I once was before all of this happened. That version of me was so pure, so very trusting, and in a lot of ways, very naive, because she believed in a world that was more fair than it actually is. She believed that doing the right thing would protect her. And she also believed that using her voice to speak out about the wrong that she was dealt would make a difference. And I've cried so much about reminiscing about my experience that I've gone through so many times. It's like, you just can't help but think about how many other people have been in this type of position. Our ancestors that have constantly tried to voice their truth and be shut down because they have no one to believe in them. They have nobody to fight for them. They're literally risking their lives to fight for themselves because no one is willing to fight for them. And I think that is why I've taken this situation as seriously as I have. I cannot allow myself to be hushed. I feel so passionate about this. And I know most people in this position will be like, these people don't care about me, so why am I gonna put in the effort? Why am I gonna use my energy to go against a system that's already set to be against me? And I think that's the exact reason why I've gotten to a point where I have no other choice but to be stripped down to my humility and share my story, because that's the right thing to do. And at this point, it's not even about just me and my experience and what I'm going through. It's literally for our future, for the next generation of people who look like me. As I'm saying this aloud, I feel like there are still bits and pieces of that version of me, because at the end of the day, I'm still here. I am still willing to fight the fight. So with all of that being said, today I have approximately 30 days to decide what comes next. If you are an employment attorney, a civil rights attorney, someone familiar with EEOC litigation, Maryland employment law, or if you know anyone who practices in federal court or the Montgomery County Circuit Court, I would be so grateful for a conversation, a referral, or any guidance. And if you walk through something like this yourself, I would love to hear your story as well, because sometimes the hardest part is not the injustice itself, but the loneliness that comes with it when you feel like you're carrying this all by yourself. Yeah, I literally don't know how this chapter will end, and I don't know what justice will ultimately look like, but I do know that I am done suffering in silence. So whether this journey leads me to a courtroom or to a deeper level of healing, I know this won't be the end to my story. I truly still believe that there is still purpose in my pain. I believe there is still so much more healing left ahead, and although it may be hard to feel right now, I do believe that one day I'll be able to look back on the past 2 years that I've experienced, not as a season that has broken me, but as the season that revealed to me how resilient God was shifting me to become. And again, if you know of anyone who would be willing to help me, please, please, please share this with them. It will literally mean the world to me. But yeah, thank you, beloved. But until next time, peace.